So, ladies and gentlemen, now that the hangover of the Panthers win and the Oilers loss from last night is pretty well clearing up, we wanted to get you to some business at hand. Obviously, I didn't want to let anybody know what I heard through the grapevine that a certain veteran, a superstar, was finally getting the Hall of Fame, but it was confirmed today. Now, the Hockey Hall of Fame has announced its honored roster for 2024. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's a diverse group. Yeah, Europeans, former captains, former, again, scoring legends, Stanley Cup champions, executives. Now, the key ones in this is three of them. Pavel Datsyuk, Shea Weber, and Jeremy Roenick finally getting in after several years out. Now, Datsyuk, a former forward, and Weber, a former defenseman, were each elected in their first year of eligibility. Candidates had to receive at least 75% of the vote from the selection committee to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. A maximum of 4 retired male players, 2 retired female players, 2 builders or 1 builder, and 1 retired official may be inducted in a single year. Now, 3 other players were inducted: former star forward Jeremy Roenick and former U.S. women's national team forwards Natalie Darwitz and Chrissy Wendell-Pohl. In the builder category, former GM David Poile should have been in years ago, and current NHL Senior Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations Colin Campbell were elected. Of course, Colin has connections with the WHA and the early Oilers teams of the 80s. Now, Datsyuk is a 2-time Stanley Cup champion, according to information provided by NHL.com. He won it with the Wings in 02 and 08. He won the Selke as the league's best defensive forward 3 straight years, from 07 to 10, and the Lady Byng Trophy as the player who exhibited sportsmanship and gentlemanly conduct combined with a high standard of playing ability for 4 straight seasons from 2006 to 2009. He had 918 points, 314 goals, 604 assists, and was plus 249 in 953 regular season games, and had 113 points, 42 goals, 71 assists, and was plus 34 in 157 Stanley Cup playoff contests. Internationally, Datsyuk, who was Russian, won gold at the 2008 Pyeongchang Olympics and at the 2012 Worlds, and bronze at the 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics. In Russia's KHL, he won the Gagarin Cup, the league's championship, with SKA St. Petersburg in 2016-17. He was also a 2-time KHL All-Star in 13 and 17. I've been lucky in my hockey life to this point, he said. I would like to thank all of the people who helped me along the way. Of course, the announcement was made by the chairman of the board, Lanny McDonald. Now, Weber played from 2005 to 2001 with the Predators and Montreal Canadiens and had 589 points, 224 goals, and 365 assists. Of course, he's best known in Canada for leading the Montreal Canadiens to an improbable Stanley Cup final finish in 2021. And of course, after the season, he never returned because of injury. He played in 1,038 games with 224 goals and 365 assists, and averaged 24 minutes, 3 seconds of ice time per contest in his career. He also had 42 points in 97 playoff contests, averaging 25 minutes, 20 seconds of ice time. First team All-Star in 2011 and 12, and a second team All-Star in 14 and 15. He won a gold medal with Canada at the 2010 Vancouver Olympics and the 2014 Sochi Olympics. He also won gold at the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, the 2007 Worlds, and the 2005 World Juniors. Now, Roenick had 1,216 points, 513 goals, and 703 assists in 1,363 regular season games for the Blackhawks, Coyotes, Flyers, Kings, and Sharks, at 122 points, 53 goals, 69 assists, and 15.4 playoff games. He won silver for the United States in 2002 at the Olympics and at the 91 Canada Cup. And he really brought the modern era of U.S. hockey into fore, because he was the Wayne Gretzky of U.S. hockey with his scoring and his dedication to the sport. Roenick said, "I'm so happy. I can't take everyone who was behind this honor enough. I'm at a loss for words. I'm never at a loss for words. Getting over this last hockey hurdle meant so much to me." Now, Darwitz played for the States in 3 Olympics, 2, 6, and 10, winning 2 silver medals and a bronze. She also represented her country in 8 Worlds, winning 3, taking home 5 silvers, and who was named Best Forward in 2008. Darwitz also led the University of Minnesota to a national title in 2005, scoring the golden goal. Now, Wendell-Pohl played for the States from 1999 to 2007, with 106 goals in 147 international contests. She won a silver medal at the 2002 Olympics and a bronze at the 2006 Games, where she was captain. Wendell-Pohl also played at 6 World Championships, including 2005, where she was MVP for the States, first ever gold medal win. She also won silver 5 times. Now, Poile is a part of the great Poile family legacy. He was a GM for 40 years, starting in '82 with the Capitals and holding that role for 15 seasons before he was hired to build the Nashville Predators from scratch. Now, with the Capitals, he brought them from third division status to be a Stanley Cup contender within a couple of seasons, and impressed everybody with his drafting acumen and the building of his prospects. Now, Poile, who passed the torch to Barry Trotz at the 2023 NHL draft, is the only person who's been a GM for at least 3,000 regular season games, 3,075, next to ahead of the great Lou Lamoriello with 2,838. He also became the first GM to get 1,500 wins, 1,533, next to Lamoriello with 1,444. His teams, get this, made the playoffs in 29 of his 38 seasons as a GM. He said, "I'm happy for my family and for life, and I've been able to live through hockey," Poile said. Thanks to the selection committee for this tremendous honor. Now, Campbell has been involved in elite hockey pretty well since junior, going back almost 50 years. He spent the last 25 seasons with the NHL hockey operations, officiating and central scouting, and he did win a Stanley Cup as associate coach for the Rangers in '84. I often say that everything we do at the league begins with the game, and since '88 the game has been Colin's responsibility. NHL commissioner, the much hated Gary Bettman, said. He was the center of the summits with players, coaches, and executives that opened up the game in 2005, and he's been central to the crafting of every rule change and technological innovation since, including, perhaps most notably, modernizing and centralizing video review for both in-game rulings and supplementary discipline, all of which have focused on promoting offense, speed, and skill, while maintaining the game's physicality. Those changes have transformed hockey at every level around the world. Now, Campbell, in relation to Campbell, Bettman said, "I consider myself fortunate to have had Colin by my side over the last 26 years, and I'm proud to call him one of my closest friends. In my time in the game, no one was better defined the term builder, and no one more richly deserves a call to the Hockey Hall of Fame." Now, the honored members will be inducted on Remembrance Day in Toronto this fall. Now, I want to just go over some quick stats. Datsyuk is pretty well, we went over it. But Colin Campbell, a very interesting career in hockey. Now, born in 1953, he played in the WHA for the Vancouver Blazers, then the Penguins, Rockies, Oilers, Canucks, and Red Wings. He broke into the Peterborough Petes OHA Junior in 1971, so he's been involved in 53 years in elite hockey. His rookie campaign with Vancouver, he had 23 points in 78 games, but then jumped to the NHL for the Pittsburgh Penguins in 75, played there for a couple of seasons, then Colorado, back to the Penguins 78 and 79, was part of the Gretzky first year in Edmonton as a solid defenseman, 1980, then 2 years of Vancouver Canucks, and 3 years with the Detroit Red Wings. Now, he was a head coach of the Rangers for 4 seasons between 95 and 98, and of course all those years as an executive. So you're looking at 54 years. This is a very, very, like a Cliff Fletcher type of dedication to the sport. Now, Jeremy Roenick, well, there was some controversy because he should have been in the Hall of Fame long before this, and he's one of the few players to have 500 goals and not be in the Hall of Fame. Now, he was a color commentator and announcer after retiring. He's one of 46 players to have scored 500 goals, and of course, well deserving. After retirement in 2009, this is 15 years he's waiting, he became a hockey analyst for a decade. So rough stats are very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. He broke in with the Taylor Academy, with a high school prep association. Then his big year at the Hall Olympics drew heavy interest, and the Chicago Blackhawks basically were looking him to be kind of the new Denny Savard for the squad. He was drafted 8 overall by the Blackhawks in 1988. And again, one of the high school prospects that advance. Now, he's first five full seasons in Chicago, put up tremendous numbers and helped him get to a Stanley Cup final. 26, 41, 53, and 50, and 46 counters. He did play the DL in 95 for a while, then back to a full season with Chicago and Phoenix. So between 1996 and 2003, 32, 29, 24, 24, 34, 30, 21, 27, and 19 counters. And wrapped up again with San Jose. Internationally, he played at the World Juniors twice, the World Championships once, the Canada Cup once, and the Olympics twice. Internationally, he did quite well, 23 counters in 41 games, which is just tremendous numbers. Again, 2 silvers at a 2002 Salt Lake and a 91 Canada Cup. Now, the idea about Roenick, again, a very, very pro-fan player, good with autographs, but outspoken, maybe that stopped him. Again, he was always willing to speak his mind. Now, known for his strange quotations, Jeremy Roenick was trying to put down Patrick Roy one time about saying, how come he couldn't save me? What did he try to do? He said, maybe he's probably trying to get his jock out of the rafters. When later asked about Roenick's comments, Roy retorted, I cannot really hear what Jeremy says because I got my 2 Stanley Cup rings plugged in my ear. So, an openness is guy, and sometimes his mouth got him in trouble, but I mean he was an open-ended guy. He did file a lawsuit against NBC for wrongful termination, arguing that he was discriminated against as a straight white man and as a supporter of President Donald Trump. The lawsuit alleged that NBC Sports had committed a contractual breach by firing him without a proper cause and not by providing Roenick a reasonable opportunity to address the incident. Now, you're going to be shocked by this. Maybe the first time you hear that he's a supporter of Donald Trump, but he just, he goes on his own path. I mean, did that stop him from getting in? Well, I don't know if that really stopped anybody, because maybe 30% of the NHL are big Donald Trump fans, because the New York State and New Jersey, there's a lot of crossover. But like I said, Trump's an asshole, but if he supports him, that's I got no problem with that. I like to see what you do on the ice. But the Chicago Blackhawks, I would figure this is a top 10 player in Blackhawk history. Although his seasons didn't show it from a standpoint, let's say longevity, he really only played 8 seasons in Chicago. But I look at 250 goal seasons, 146, over 100 points, and I look at that 92 postseason with 22 points in 18 games. That's just tremendous. And 53 goals in the playoffs. So, I mean, Jeremy Roenick, a character of the NHL, the only player I can compare him to for talent, for outspokenness, for finding his own path is Cam Neely. So I'm really glad it's in. But Colin Campbell, I don't like Colin Campbell. I never have, but like I said, what are you supposed to do with longtime executives? You gotta give them some awards someplace. A lot of patrons in the Hall of Fame, either keeping you out or putting you in. So another Montreal Canadiens and a Canadian in the Hall of Fame, another Chicago Blackhawk, another Detroit Red Wing. The original 6 are well represented. 2 very good female players. Mr. Poile, who I think is Mr. Capital. What Poile did in Washington to take them, they were pourri, ladies and gentlemen, and he took them. Like in '87 when they played LaFontaine in the Honors and almost advanced, Mason giving the overtime goal. Every time I think of the Capitals, I think of Poile, and tremendous. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our newest member of the Hockey Hall of Fame. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share.